Hello and welcome to HW Staffing Solutions. My name is Marie Beato and I will be showing you how to edit your time card and create punches on Workforce Ready. You have all received an email with a username and password. You will come to this website that was in the link. I suggest you bookmark that website so that you have it readily available. You are also able to download the mobile app. There is a link that was emailed to you. If you have Google, either Android or iPhone, you can download that and you can access your time cards and make any edits on your mobile device or tablet or computer, whichever you are more comfortable with. The username and password was sent to you. It's normally first name dot last name. So I'm going to go ahead and enter the test employee that I created and the password that was sent to me. Upon your first initial login, you will need to do this configure virtual code settings. This will only happen once. You will not have to continue to do this each time. In your profile, there is a cell phone number and an email already uploaded. You just confirm this information and click Save. If you do notice that the cell phone number or email is wrong, please contact me and I will update that for you. So I'm going to go ahead and click Save. And then it'll ask me, do I want to get the security code text message, voice, or email? I choose text message. It's easier for me, comes right to my phone. Click send text message. Going to check my phone and get the code. I will enter the code I was given. Make sure that you check off by checking this box. The system will not require entry of code from this browser or computer with each login. That way you'll only have to do it once and click continue. When you first log into Kronos, this is what they call the dashboard. It has a time off here, your schedule, any announcements, and a start menu. There are two start menus. There's one in blue, which has my current timesheet and request time off. There's also this one on the left in orange that has the same my current timesheet and request time off. Up here you do have my account. You have my learning if you wanted to take a look at any learning manuals. You have also time off here, my timesheet, my settings and schedule. If you click on my settings here, this is where you'll be able to change password if you need it at any time. Upon initially logging in for the first time, it will always ask you to change the password from that default password that I sent you. So go ahead and click on My Current Timesheet. This will bring you to your first starting timesheet. I have already entered some times here. What I see here is time for Saturday. You are going to be entering your time by store, by day. You can click here, clock in if you wish. If you're working and you just want to click clock in, go ahead, and then you will clock out when you're done. If I am entering this time in for a previous day, let's say I worked, it's now Saturday, I worked earlier in the morning, I want to add that time in. So I can click on, I'm going to actually edit this clock in punch that I did. Let's say I need to enter time for 1 p.m. You can enter 1p and click tab. You can also enter military time. So if I enter 13 and click tab, it'll automatically populate in for the right time. If I worked 1 to say 3, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to enter military. It's going to pop in 3. Even if I enter 3P, it's going to come in 3. The key over here is labor level. If I click on this icon, it's going to bring a list of stores that I'm responsible for that's in my region. You want to make sure that you are picking the correct store for that time. So I'm going to choose a store here. Once I'm done with that, I click Save, and then it'll update accordingly to my times. Let's say I punched in by accident. This is my quick punch in. I don't want to see that here. I can click on this X and I can take that out and click Save. Other options, if I'm now working on Sunday, anytime I am working at multiple stores, I can click this button here and I can choose the different store that I'm working at. So let's say I went to Kay's Jewelers then, and earlier I was at a Macy's. So I can enter the same thing. I worked from 8 to 12, and I'm just clicking tab on my keyboard. And then I can put, say, 3 to, let's say, 5:15. Once I am done, I will click Save. If you are at the end of the work week is Monday to Sunday. If you are at the end of your work week on Sunday, you will click Submit for approval. That means that your manager will get alerted that you have submitted your time card. If you want to go to a previous week, you can go to your next previous week here is back, next timesheet here, and I can see my timesheet for next week. I already added some test punches here on the system, so here is my time for Monday. I went to a JCPenney store, and in this one I went to my Kohl's store, and I put the time in. Let's say I made a mistake. This wasn't Kohl's. You can just click on this icon and you can change it to, it wasn't 205, it was 95, so you can easily change that and click Save. If you need to add a note to your manager, you can click on this icon, add a note, click Save, and then an email will be sent to your manager with the note that you added on your time card. Again, once you are done for the week, you will click Submit for approval. That means your manager will get notified that the time card is ready. You can click if after you've worked a couple weeks, you'll have several months of current timesheets. So if there's a time card that you need to go back to, please feel free. You can use the system and find all your timesheets here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go back to the dashboard. The other thing you will use with Kronos is you will be able to request time off. So I can click on this, request time off. Once I click on this icon, it'll show me the time off categories. For those of you in states that have sick pay, you will be able to use your paid sick pay that's available. You will also see your balance of your sick pay that you've used for the year. And for those of you that need time off, but it's unpaid category, it is under RTO, which is requested time off. I'm going to change this back to sick pay. Say I need a full day. I need 17th off, and I'm going to say something, doctor's appointment. If I only needed a partial day, so if I needed still, if I went to the 17th, let's say I needed from 8 to 10, it will automatically total in those 2 hours. If you just needed to do both days, say you need 4 days off, but you're not quite 4 hours off, but you're not quite sure of the time, you can also choose the date here, 17th, and say I want 4 hours off for that day. I am just clicking on here and clicking the backspace on my keyboard. That will take those times off. If you do need several days off, you will choose here multiple days, choose your date range, and then the hours per day. If you only want to be paid 4 hours of sick time per day, then you can enter 4 hours of sick time per day. You will come up here to submit request, and then again, your manager will be emailed that you have a time off request that they need to log in and approve. If you want to view your history, you'll be able to click here, view history. It'll give you your time off request and history. Okay, so I am now going to log out. This is the desktop, what it'll look like on your computer. I'm going to jump over to what the mobile app will look like. So if I come here to the mobile app, I'm going to use the same login. This is exactly what it will look like on your mobile app. I'll click Login. So this is your home page. What you see here, there's a simple clock in, clock out. So if you do want to clock in from the store, you can click clock in, and then you can clock out once you're done. If I just want to go to my timesheet to view my timesheet and maybe edit some punches, you can come here to View Timesheet. This will pull up your time that we have, this other time that we've entered. You could see here I entered my 5 to 7, that's the date, and here's the labor level. So again, that's your list of stores. If you click on the drop-down arrow, it's going to show the stores that you frequently went to, probably within the last several days. The full list is not there. If you do need to access the full list, go ahead and click Browse. You will click Browse here again. You can start typing in the name. I like to see the full list, so I say Browse. And here's my region. I choose my store, and then I will pick the one that's appropriate. Everybody will have admin time listed. Everybody will also have travel time listed on their list. If this is time for travel time, please enter your travel time in. If it is admin time that you are working from home, please select admin time when you are working from home or at the store and it's under admin. So again, all of you will have travel time listed and all of you will have admin time. So you can choose that accordingly in your time card. Okay. So if I want to add a new time, let's say I want to go to Sunday, I can click Add Time Entry. So let's do a 6 p.m., maybe to an 8 p.m. And here you can see AM and PM here. So if I just click on that, it'll also switch it. So let's try and do, let's see if I do the military time. So if I just enter the 20 on the mobile app, it doesn't register it. So you do have to enter the 8 and then switch it here between A and PM. Again, here is my labor level. It'll default to my region, so I have to choose the store. I went to the Macy's on that day. I will click Save here. I can submit here. Once I'm done for the week on Sunday, I click Submit. If I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, oh boy, I made a mistake here. I did not work 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. I worked 5 p.m. I can click on this trash icon and I can delete this. Are you about to delete this entry? Yes. And then I click Save. Down here, you also have this little message icon. So this is just what it was on the notes. So if you do need to make a note for that day, it's just this little message, and then you can type in your note and click Save. If I need to do a summary by day, I want to take a look and see the hours I worked by day. You can see that here. If I want to switch over to my next timesheet, I can also see the summary by day here. If I click on time entry, it'll give you that detailed list by store. Okay, historical timesheets, again, I can choose whichever timesheet I want to take a look at. Time off, this is where I go to request time off on the mobile app. It's the same feature as I'm picking the time off category, and then I will click on the date. This calendar pops up. It's kind of a bigger calendar on the mobile app than on the desktop. So just choose the day that you want. Let's say I want to go to October. Here it goes. I'm choosing the 17th, and then you can continue on. Here's a history. Here's also balances, so you guys can also check those off. If I want to go back to my clock in, clock out, I simply click on clock, and here's the big clock in, clock out. It'll give me my list of recent punches. Over here is the menu bar on the top left. It's in black. You'll see main menu, my time sheet, time off, same functions as up here. If you click on your name TC, and then you'll see sign out. You can also see the home button. Let's say I just want to go to the home button, then it takes you back to the home button. That completes our training on Kronos today. If you guys have any questions, please email me or give me a call. My phone number is 508-694-3712. Thank you so much and welcome again to HW Staffing.